Hello, welcome again to Rai Vision Films, digital film and TV production online training, and I'm Satish Rai. Today we're going to continue discussing the basics of pre-production. In last session we talked about taking an idea and engaging a screenwriter to write a screenplay for your production. And also we talked about the role of the producer at this stage, especially to drop the budget and bring in a director to start inputting on the creative aspect of this production. And if you can do all these tasks yourself, well and good, you're going to save a lot of money. But if you have got a budget and if you can afford it, it's wise to engage a separate screenwriter, a producer and director. In my case, I usually do all this work myself because basically I do not have that sort of money at the moment, and when I do, then I will prefer to engage a screenwriter, a producer and a director. And now today we're going to talk about a few other aspects of pre-production before we head into the production stage, where I'll talk about the basics of production. But today I'm going to start off with the essence of choosing the right location, and I suggest that from the very beginning you think about, when you're writing the screenplay, think about which locations you're going to set your scenes, your films, because that can have a huge impact on your budget and save a lot of hassle for the producer. In my case, as far as location is concerned, I consider all the locations when I'm writing the screenplay itself. That is to save a lot of money, as I said, but at the same time I do not compromise on the type of locations I want, because selecting the right location can really enhance your production. So try to talk to your friends if you're going to put your scenes in a house, what type of house, and if you can get a friends or your relative to agree to filming in the house or in a shop or warehouse, or select parks where you don't have to pay, and other locations, so you can save a lot of money if you ingrain the location in the screenplay stage, because one of the biggest hassles of a producer is finding the right location. And sometimes when you turn up with the cast and crew and equipment, the location, you find that the location is not suitable, or somebody else is there and it's too noisy and so many other things, and you cannot proceed with the production. So that's the essence of location, but don't compromise where possible. Choose the best location. The mantra should be the best location, but which can be got for free or at a very, very low cost. And now the second aspect is, at the moment it's time also to select your crew, and this is where the input of the director comes in as well. But casting can be very, very difficult job as well at this stage, and you can either go with choosing people around you, or your friends, other people who are involved in the production, your relatives, your family members, And if you go there down that road, obviously most of your friends, family, relatives, and colleagues will offer their support with little money, or most of them will work for free just for the fun of it and just to get some experience. The other way is to go and advertise and get professional actors. Once again, this is going to depend very much on what you want to achieve and how much money you've got. If you got money, then of course you get professional actors, and it's great to work in your first production with professionals. But at the same time, it's going to cost you money, and a lot of independent producers, people who are just venturing out, start off with enlisting support from their friends and relatives and other colleagues who want to get involved in film production, and that's what I have been doing for a long time, and I have used professionals, but I have in the main used people who are willing to act, and for me it's most important part. I don't mind working with newcomers. As we know, everybody is capable of acting. They just have to be taught the basics of facing the camera, basics of emoting, and they will be fine. So I generally pick people, suitable people. The most important part is that you have to select the person most capable of doing justice to your character. And here the input of the director is very important, because he or she would be directing your film and will be working with these actors, and some of the directors are quite okay with working with amateurs or newcomers, and some of them may not. So you have to make sure that you engage a director who is, if you are going to use newcomers, that he or she is quite okay with working with newcomers. In my case, I direct my own films, and as I say, I'm quite happy to work with the amateurs, which I have been doing for last 10-15 years, and some of these newcomers who were engaged 10 years ago, they are now become very good actors. And in 2012, I remember I engaged some newcomers in our productions, and they have gone on to work in other films, and in few times they will become very good actors. So don't shy away from engaging newcomers. But one thing I will suggest, that you have to be very careful in selecting the right person for the right role, and as far as you stick to that, we'll talk more about cast and acting in the future episodes when I talk about acting. And for now, just remember that you can use your amateurs, people around you. For me, they're the best people, because they are not going to let you down. They're committed, they want to help you, and they will be there when you call them. My experience in working with some of these professionals, they do have a habit of calling in the last moment and giving an excuse for not turning up, and then your whole production stops. So I do trust people around me that will turn up, or they will let you know in advance that they are not able to make it, so you can make another arrangement. So when you're venturing out on your first production, I'll suggest that you stick to the people you know, but if you can engage one or two professionals, that's well and good, because the newcomers can learn a lot about acting from the professionals. And now another very important thing which some people place a lot of premium on, but I don't, and that is storyboarding. I personally don't like the idea of storyboarding, because by the time I come to production, I know my film so well, my screenplay, my idea, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to shoot so well. They're all worked out in my head, and I don't need a storyboard. And there's a lot of producers, directors like me who do not write a storyboard. And so it's your preference. You like to do storyboarding, you are quite welcome to do that, and we'll leave that to individual writers and directors. Now the final thing you do at this stage is selecting your crew and your equipment, and it's very important. Generally low independent productions, low cost independent productions cannot afford to have too many crew. So but whoever you select, you have to make sure that he or she knows the basics of film production. Mainly the role of the camera person is very important. So ensure that whoever is doing the camera work plus the lighting and sound help you to capture the best images, the best sound. And coming to sound, I know I've had experience of working with producers who use a basic camera with the internal mics to capture sound, and later on they rely on doing the voiceovers, and I'm very much against that. I've always worked with a professional camera which has a ability to use external mic, and I use a boom mic, and I capture the vocals and the sound on location, so I don't have to go through the hassle of voiceovers. I don't like it, and I generally let people know that there will be potential, there's a lot of hazard of voiceovers, and if you can afford to get a camera, either buy it or hire a camera which has the XLR output and enables you to capture voice on location. You are going to avoid a lot of hassle later on the editing table, and if you are editing yourself, you'll know what I mean. And if you engage another editor, the editor will appreciate that you have captured good sound on location. So this basics of pre-production is more or less complete over here. I may come back to it as I head into production, and in next session we'll discuss the basics of production. And for now, it's a goodbye from me.